Oh, it's no good. I'm so cold!
Hello everyone, welcome to Big Brother's Little Brother. I hope you're very well. It's day 63 and the time is 7:33. Coming up on today's show, we have struck lucky in two ways. Firstly, we're joined by the legend that is Mr. Michael Barrymore's with us. And Tiny Tearaway Nikki's here. And we're keeping us entertained as usual. You can talk to both of them in cool BBLB. But now, my friends, we have some serious current affairs to cover. It's time for Little Brother's Big News. Get out. Even though the housemates have spent 4 days with basic food rations, at 9:37 this morning, they were faced with their most harsh and painful obstacle yet. Let's take a look.
That's it, guys. 2 cups of tea. That's all there was for milk or anything. Who wants to share? Do you want to share with Lynn?
Okay.
What's that advert? They pass it round with chocolate.
Oh, please, 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 please give us some tea bags.
We have one lonesome tea bag. Can you not really find somewhere in your heart to give us some tea bags? Oh, that's my tummy rumbling, so I'm hungry, obviously.
I say, boy, at 11:26 a.m. we spotted yet another potential Big Brother housemate looking to bag themselves an exercise DVD in time for Christmas. And it's not Imogen. Let's take a look.
Okay, so we're just going to stretch a little bit to the side first.
Is it good to sweat?
Babe, it's so good to sweat.
Because at netball I go wringing wet my hair.
Yeah.
Why? Nobody else does.
Babe, it's good. It's good for you.
How are you feeling today?
Very, very good today. Let's get physical, physical. I want to get physical. Let me hear your body talk. Your body talk. Let me hear your body talk. Do you think I look a bit slimmer, big bro?
Oh, I'll never look at Olivia Newton-John again.
And at 3... Oh, it's gone everywhere. At 3:14 p.m, housemates are asked to create their own training sessions to prepare themselves for tomorrow's shopping task. They'll be tested on strength, speed, skill and coordination. Aisling was appointed one of the leaders, and they were told if they complete the training, they'll be granted access to the swimming pool. Let's take a look.
Come on, ladies, this isn't a shopping trip down the local supermarkets. Keep it moving, keep it moving.
It seems to be all right. I'm going to go in there in a minute after this.
Imogen's
That's
face.
funny, man. That's funny. The thing is, quite frankly, to sweat like this, I want something good at the end of it. There isn't anything good at the end of this.
We can all jump in the pool.
That's not good. I don't go in the pool.
Even if it's made of tea, Susie? That was Little Brother's Big News. Now, Lisa's with us again today. Nikki's with us again. Lisa's with us again today. She's firmly established herself in the public consciousness as the biggest whinger since John McEnroe. But with her out, who can step into a tiny little slingbacks? With that in mind, today's cool BBLB can only be who's the biggest whinger left in the house. Wagon roll. Hey you, call BBLB on 09911 101 101. Or text us. Text studio and your comment to 83188. Or email us at bblb@channel4.com. By golly, it's been a while. It's time for a much-needed Lightbox update, everyone. haven't had one of these for ages. And I know you like to be filled in, so as you're well aware, I'm sure, rule-breaking Jane is unsurprisingly up for eviction this week, as is, my friends, Britain's best-loved sexual terrorist, Richard, for, well, being simply too sexual. Richard received the most nominations this week, a grand total of 5. He was nominated by Aisling, Imogen, Spiral, Michael and Mikey, who said...
He always makes innuendos to me about, like, being gay and that. And I can take a joke, but I don't like it no more.
Oh, yes, you do. Jane got 4 nominations from Aisling, Glyn, Jenny and Imogen, who said...
These boobs are, like, full on...
Michael and Spiral both received 3 nominations. Jenny, Aisling and Susie each received 2, with Glyn hilariously saying this about Susie.
I think she's quite boring, and she won't play spin the bottle.
In other words, she won't get off with you, Glyn. Dirty little beggar. Imogen received 1, and Glyn, Mikey and Pete got off scot-free. One person who didn't get nominated at all last week, but still got voted out, was Big Brother's much-loved pocket rocket. Nikki's with us, everyone! Hello, darling. She's back home. Nick, I love your back home today. It's very nice. What have you been up to the last 24 hours? It's been exhausting, I imagine.
God, I've got up at 5 this morning, just doing Radio 1.
How was that? Good?
Really good fun. And then went straight to shoot at Heat.
Oh, how exciting. Was that
Yeah,
good?
it was brilliant.
Lovely.
Really had so much fun.
Because you've done a lot of shoots, so I imagine, in your time. Is that the best shoot you've ever been?
That was the best one ever.
Okay, great.
Absolutely loved it.
And have you been behaving yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you thinking about the day and thinking...
A few wobblies.
Oh, that's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's you. It's all part of the charm. You went in the Big Brother house, a wannabe footballer's wife. Is that still how you feel?
Not at all.
Not at all?
No.
You love that. I saw your audition tape. You love the power. That's what you're saying. I want the power. Do you not want that anymore?
No, I don't like that.
All you want's the Pete, isn't it? I know. Well, since you've come out, all you've gone on about is how nice Pete is. You spent 1,344 hours, 23 minutes and 57 seconds with him, yeah? We want to know how much you really know about the man of your dreams. I said that 3 times today, twice in rehearsal. The man of your dreams.
I don't know who the man of my dreams is.
Well, he's pied. In a game we'd like to call...
I know him so well.
Stay right there, Nikki. No, you go over that side. Okay. There we go. Lovely. Yeah, here we go. OK, the rules of I Know Him So Well are simple. I'm going to ask you 5 multiple-choice questions, Nicky Nick. Right. You've got to try and not get them wrong, i.e. get them right. At the end, we'll determine how well you know Pete from... come around and have a little look. I've never met him up to... all the BBLB team are buying a hat, OK? So here's the first question. What is Pete's favourite thing to draw? Is it A, water, B, cartoons, or C, boobs?
Cartoons.
You won! Yes! Woo! Yes, indeed. You're now up to light acquaintance. You can ask the audience if you ever need a hand, by the way, all right? But I think you're doing very well so far. Question 2 is, what's Pete's band called? Is it A, Daddy Fantastic, C, B, Galactic Phlegm, or C, Satan's Pop-Tart?
Daddy Fantastic.
Oh, she knows straight away. You won! Yes! Woo! You're up to somewhere, to be fair, you've already been, and that's first base with Pete. Question 3. On a scale of 1 to 10, how does Pete rate himself on his attractiveness? A, 1 out of 10, B, 10 out of 10, or C, 9 out of 10?
1 out of 10.
1 out of 10.
You've won! Yes!
Wrong. It is wrong, but it
wrong.
takes you up to the...
I don't think it will be, though, by the time he's left the house, because he's been the man in the house.
He has, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Has he been King Daddy, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. You listen, you're now up to Take Home to Mother. How do you feel about that? Would you like to meet Pete's mother?
Yeah.
with Pete, enjoying a nice Sunday roast, perhaps, as you go back? Oh. OK, well, here we go. You've got 2 questions to get this right, which is fantastic. The next question is, what did he say are his worst habits? Was it A, putting his hands in cereal boxes, B, picking his nose, or C, singing when he wheezes?
Well, the first one's mine.
Okay.
So it's got to be singing when he
You
wheezes.
think it's singing when he wheezes. Audience, just for the sake of argument here, any ideas? That'd be absolutely no ideas then. And that's not a problem. Let's see if you're right.
You've won! Yes! Woo!
Which means, even a question too early, already, we're buying a hat! With Nikki, everyone! Now, well done there, Nikki. As a little prize, firstly, obviously, we're going to buy a hat to your wedding because you are going to get married to Pete, aren't you?
No, I'll see what happens.
OK, well, I think it's going to happen eventually, but see...
But you've got lip gloss on your...
That's your lip gloss. I don't mind. I want it there. Don't rub it off. Put it back. Thanks. Now, we're buying a hat for the wedding, but we know how protective you are over fruit, yeah? You get very annoyed when someone bashes the banana. So, with that in mind, for you, we have a brilliant banana protector. Take a look at it. You never have to experience a bruised banana.
And I could put the banana in it and whack Richard over the head.
Yes, absolutely. If that's what you so want to do.
I will.
Now, everyone, Nikki.
Thank you.
OK, time for a quick break now. Get back here, because we've got loads more, much more, my friends, from Michael Barrymore. But now, I've often wondered what Nikki thinks about nuts. Haven't you? Take a look.
I won't do it. I don't like nuts. I don't like any form of hazelnut, peanut, any kind of nut, almond. I don't mind pecans in maple pecan muesli, and I do like smooth peanut butter in chocolate bars, but not on bread. But just don't really like nuts. They taste strange, texture, they're strange. Don't like nuts.
Welcome back to Big Brother's Little Brother. I hope you're well. It's day 63. The time is 7:49. It's time for another guest.
Who is he? Who is he?
Michael Barrymore, Nikki.
Where did you find him?
Oh, she's freestyling. We found him in New Zealand. It's Michael Barrymore, everyone!
All right, Nikki. You just need a little bit of confidence, you'll be fine, won't you?
Oh, she's got that.
There's nothing staged about this show, is there?
Now, you're playing...
I don't like nuts. Well, I do, actually. Anyway.
You're playing catch-up. How are you finding it? Because you haven't seen that much, have you?
I haven't seen that much. I came in a couple of weeks ago, so I'm in about the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was up about 3 o'clock the other night, couldn't get to sleep, and I was watching Glenn. Yeah, burning that thing. It was,
the porridge, yeah.
The porridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's weird, like, having been in a house, I felt I wanted to go sort of like, I felt like I wanted to walk through the set and go, even though the set's changed, and say, like, you know, Glenn, you've got to do this. And he washed everything up and didn't dry it and put it all away, and then he went to sleep.
Thanks. Who stood out for you so far, and why? Do you like Glenn?
The obvious one would be Pete. And Nikki, I was into and surprised that she got boosted out. Not because she's here, because I just like her extreme. She's like, it's almost that bipolar, with respect to, you know what I mean?
Sure. What is it about Pete that you like? Because, a lot of... Now, Pete, obviously, when we first started, Pete was everyone's favourite, and then he kind of dipped a little bit because people just get into other people, and now he's coming into himself again a little bit, I think.
Well, because, we got to watch that with the programme as well, is because... Like, if something major could go off, it's a long way to go. As I found myself, somebody could be right behind you, and you make friends, and you think it's okay, and then it all flips around the other way, and one event can happen, and maybe Pete could lose it for some unknown reason. You don't know him completely yet, and one of the others will come through from nowhere.
Sure.
So, but based on today, and also the Tourette's thing, I didn't know much about it before, without going deep into it. And the fact that they can actually laugh at themselves, even though they know what they're doing, and then laugh at themselves.
Well, I think the thing that most people have said is that now no one watches the show and bats an eyelid, that Pete swears and so
Was there a lot of trouble at the beginning about it? I wasn't here for that.
I think that there was there were certainly certain papers and so forth that said it wasn't. But then the great thing is that Pete's response to it and how grounded Pete is blew it all out of the water.
Yeah.
Now, it's week 8 and the housemates are starting to feel the pressure of life in the Big Brother house, just as you did yourself.
Yeah.
Take a look, get your take on this.
Okay.
Hello, I'm crying again.
You make me wanna cry. Cry. You make me wanna
What, in your opinion and your experience, is the best way for the housemates to get the most out of the Big Brother experience? Because they get 6 weeks in and it kind of does start to drive
The
them
best
crazy.
thing to yeah, you can't start going into yourself. You've got to start, if you've got a problem, you've got to say it. You know, the great thing about there is, you know, if you have a domestic at home, you get in the car, you know, you have a row, you go out and deal with it. They're in the house, you've got to deal with it straight away. So, you know, and if you start shutting down or duvet diving, it's happened.
Oh, well, I like a bit of duvet diving.
Yeah, well, you know.
Steady, Michael, sorry.
That's all right. I'm trying to keep it clean.
There I am, just bringing it down.
Yeah, but I don't like nuts. And I don't like chocolate with nuts either. Nothing like that at all.
But
I'm all right.
You use the house very much like quite cathartically, didn't you? Because when you had a problem, get it out, carry on.
Yeah, at the beginning, a lot of the crime was a reaction from the public. I was still reacting from that because, you know, I'd been led to believe via various tabloids that I was, you know, a piece of crap. So, but, you know, when you believe that and you lose your confidence, and then suddenly the public is a different thing. When I got past that and I thought, hang about, I'm not going to stand for this anymore, you know, and I had Rodman coming at me, and I thought, oh, stop this. I mean, and I'll go back at him, and then, like, George has formed me at the beginning, all of a sudden he goes the other way, you know? And it wasn't about me, it was about because he'd been nominated again. And what happens?
I was going to ask you about the nominations. I mean, they happened yesterday. Firstly, what do you make of them? Secondly, you know, how hard is it? Because you're living with the person you're nominating. Is that a difficult thing?
I didn't know till I came out, and I sussed a bit of it when I was in there, but you find they won't know what's going in. The real funny thing, when you watch them, they go, well, I've got to nominate, I can't do this, like that. And then they say, they've got to say somebody. And they all go back and they all look at each other like that, you know. And then when the people are actually nominating, and if some get emotional, they start crying, you get these ones that go, oh, you're right, darling. They go, oh, come on. And you think, hang about, you just nominated them, and they're comforting them, the very person. Oh, no, that's all right.
Man, I'm getting a hug from the moor. Lastly, Michael, who are you supporting and why?
Well, my instinct was to go for Pete. I would have gone for nuts over there, but I've got a feeling with 5 weeks to go, given the lads, you know, coming to the big city and you've got to see them develop.
It's
I'm going to go the blonde boy now.
It's going to be Glenn. Michael Barrymore, everyone. Man, the moor's here.
She was the most attractive woman I'll ever kiss, unless I meet Victoria Silverstead.
It's true. Listen, has Jane broken one rule too many? Has she belched her burp for the very last time? Has Richard's one glove mediated its way out of the house? You know what's coming next. To evict Richard, call 09911 32 33 12 or text Richard to 844 44. To evict Jane, call 09911 32 33 17 or text Jane to 844 44. Today's cool BBLB, which Michael and Nikki are with us for, could only be who's the biggest whinger left in the house. Sammy from Dorset's first up. Hey, Sammy.
Hi.
How are you, all right?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks.
What do you think, Sammy?
Well, I think maybe Spiral.
Okay.
But his whinging's a bit out of control.
Now, what is it you think? Is it the fact that, like you said, his reaction to all these things that have been going on around him?
Yeah, the Glyn's task the other night, definitely. That was a bit over the top.
It was quite strange as well, because no one else, least of all Glyn, seemed to react to that, did they?
No, they just take it in their stride. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Nikki, what's your take on Spiral?
I'm scared of him.
Really?
He's a bit aggressive. He flies off the handle, like, really.
He's quite swift to apologise, much as...
Yeah, but when he screamed at me that time, I did nothing wrong. And I was just... he's very intimidating.
He could be quite misunderstood, though. He seems to be quite... He's not an unpleasant chap to be around.
No, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
But just has a aggressive streak.
Michael, when people do whinge in the house, go and do the nuts.
No, it's just the way she spent every word's like a separate page.
Well, Nikki thinks.
Imagine an autobiography from Nikki be like that.
Then I thought it's very aggressive.
But Nikki thinks before she speaks, don't you?
That's what it is. That's unusual.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Michael, when people are in the house and you see people, you saw a lot of people whinging. I'm sure you did a little bit of whinging yourself.
Of course, yeah.
How difficult is it to sort of to stop and go, do you know what? I shouldn't be doing this because people are obviously getting the wrong impression of me and so forth. I mean,
No, it's really hard.
Is it difficult not to whinge in the house?
Yeah, it's impossible. I noticed I'm sorry, I've only been here a couple of weeks.
No
Mikey.
Yeah.
He's doing like a bit like Maggot, taking a back seat, and you can keep that up for so long. Although Maggot and I ended up great friends, you can take a back
like
seat.
Imogen's playing.
No, Maggot's a different thing.
Oh.
And
no, it's a good point. Imogen's playing it as well.
Is she doing the same thing?
Yeah.
Well, what'll happen? Something will go off, and then all that you just can't resist. They'll end up getting dragged in.
Okay, Michelle in Chelmsford's up next. Hello, Michelle.
Hi, Dermot.
What do you think?
Well, I think Susie's coming into her own as a bit of a whinger, but in a good way, because she's trying to get everyone else, sorting out the food. So it's the first time she's really asserted herself properly.
Okay.
I think ultimately Michael might end up the biggest whinger.
It's almost the making of Susie that's whinging, isn't it?
Well, I love the bit when she said about his underpants. And he went in the water and it was transparent. I thought,
Lastly,
hello.
Lastly, Andrea from Winsford. What do you reckon, Andrea? Only got about 30 seconds, hon.
Yeah, I think it's Ashleen. She's gone from ghetto princess to whinging banshee. Something happened in the secret house. Not quite sure what.
OK, Andrea, thank you very much for your call. Indeed, thanks to all our callers. And, of course, thanks to all our guests. That's all we've got time for. Many thanks to Michael and Nikki, everyone. Big one tonight, 10 o'clock on Channel 4. Big Mel straight after Rossi, Vanessa Feltz and Linnea Benjamin. That is a whole lot of women, as you were. See you tomorrow.